Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. First of all, apologies for not getting the full over wrestling vlog up. There were a few audio issues and it didn't feel right putting that video up. So um, that won't be happening unfortunately. But I am back with another video today, and this one we'll be taking a look at everything that I've picked up in the last week, mostly because last Saturday was the annual free comic book day, and I have a lot of pickups from that to show. Also have a couple of other little bits, a couple of new movies added to the collection. So let's get right down to it. So my first stop on Free Comic Book Day was to a shop called Worlds Apart. That was interesting. I got up super early just to make sure that I could get to both comic shops in my town in time. And as it turned out, when I got into town, Worlds Apart had a queue outside because they weren't actually open. I think they opened around 9:30. So I was queuing up for around 20 minutes in all um, to actually get in the store. Once I got in the store, it was sort of a circular movement. You go around, and there was a member of staff coming out of a doorway handing out the comics. Worlds Apart actually had the bigger sort of goodie bag of comics for the day. There were the 6 titles in all. We'll start with the two that I'm not keeping. They will be going up. They actually, as of right now, are up on my eBay page. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So the two out of the Worlds Apart haul that I'm not keeping are the Doctor Who 13th Doctor Adventure. As it would turn out later, I did get a second copy of this issue from Forbidden Planet with a different artwork. I'll show that off in a second. And the other one I'm not keeping is a young adult title from DC's new Ink line called Under the Moon, a Catwoman tale. It also features a preview of a Teen Titans Raven story that's coming out from the same line. I apologise if I'm looking away. My dog is actually in my room right now, sniffing around some of my stuff. So as I will keep that in. So as for the titles that I am keeping, this one is another DC spin-off title. It's from a kids line called DC Zoo. And this one is called the Justice League. It looks like it's more kid friendly. You see some of the artwork for that. So very interested to have a little read of that. As with every year, there's an Avengers title, and this one's no different. It's got two different Avengers titles. So you've got the main story on the cover there, which, from the looks of it, a new Avengers team of Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Black Panther, Thor, She-Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Blade, which is an interesting. We also contains a preview of a new Avengers spin-off called the Savage Avengers. Which there's an image of the issue 1 cover. That lineup looks pretty badass. It looks like is Venom, Punisher, Wolverine, Elektra, Conan, I think that is, and can't quite make out who that guy is, but still that looks pretty interesting. Another staple of Free Comic Book Day is Spider-Man, and this one's no exception. This has 2 preview stories. The first one is actually a Carnage story. I think it's something to do with the Venomverse, maybe. But there's also a friendly rivalry storyline between Peter Parker and Miles Morales. So that should be a good read. And the last one, which I also got a second copy of in Forbidden Planet, is the Treasury of British Comics presents Funny Pages. I've actually read through this. It's a funny read. It's basically appealing to those that grew up on the likes of Topper, BZ, Beano, Dandy, all those great British comics. Some really funny stories in that one. As is tradition when I do Free Comic Book Day, I always try and make a purchase within the comic book stores, and this was no exception. Of course, with it being Star Wars Day this past Saturday as well, there was only one logical choice, and thankfully, Marvel's budget True Believers line, their reprints, had some Star Wars comics, so I picked up two of them from here. The first one is a reprint of issue 107 from the original Marvel run. It was the last issue of it. I don't know, it doesn't really say what year this was from. Usually these True Believers comics have reprints of the cover inside with the date on it, but I'm guessing it's sort of 70s, 80s, something like that. Some nice little artwork there. There's Chewie, so definitely looking forward to reading that one. And the other one, more modern Star Wars story, which is taken from the trade-back book entitled Skywalker Strikes. And you can see with the artwork there, this is more the character likenesses is more closer to the actors, so you can see really good artwork likenesses of Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher. So looking forward to reading them. And then, as I said, I did go to Forbidden Planet next, and they were more categorized with their comics for this year. Last year when I went there, it was pick any six. This year they split them into different categories: kids, uh, movies and TV, superheroes, anime, and there was another category. I went with the TV one, and the only one out of the five that I picked up that I'm actually keeping was the one that I was looking forward to the most, which is the Stranger Things one. I'm big fan of this show. Can't wait for Series 3 to come out on Netflix on July the 4th. Um, it also features a couple of previews for other um, Dark Horse comics, so that should be a really good read. Um, so put that to one side. As I mentioned, there was a second copy of Funny Pages, a second copy of Doctor Who, but this has a different cover artwork to the first one I got. So that, as I said, the stuff that I'm not keeping is up on my eBay page right now. The other two titles that were in that bundle were Riverdale Season 3 from Archie Comics. I've not really gone into this show, so the comic didn't really interest me. And from Boom, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly, which both are pretty much animated drawn, based on the two TV series. So that is that. Again, I also picked up two extra comics as a side purchase, and again, I went with another Star Wars comic. Um, this being the Ewoks one. Again, it doesn't say what year this is being reprinted from, but it is from issue 1 of Marvel's Ewoks comic. I'll just show you a little bit of the artwork. Again, this looks to be from around the 80s, so definitely looking forward to having a little read of that. And the other True Believers, and fittingly with um, my other main purpose of Saturday, which was to go and see Endgame. Spoiler alert, it was fantastic. I did pick up one of the Marvel superhero True Believers, which was an Avengers story. And this is the origin for Mantis, who looks different there to how we see it in the MCU. And this one is doesn't give the date on it again, but from the price point, I think it's from maybe late 80s, early 90s. It's from Avengers number 1 to number 123. So looking forward to reading that one. So that was it for the comics. But I also made some other purchases just before I went to see Endgame. Poundlands, they have got the Last Jedi um, mystery minis in at the moment for £1, obviously. So I picked up two, and I come out with Captain Phasma, which looks really awesome, and Rey, complete with the lightsaber. So they join my BB-8 from the same lineup. So I'm looking to get the rest of the Last Jedi minis now. Um, that was all the non-movie stuff. But now onto the actual film pickups. Uh, these two titles come from CX, and how I come about to buy them. Basically, I picked up some wrestling DVDs and Blu-rays when I was at Full Over Wrestling. One of the titles I watched in full, didn't think it was worth what I'd spent on it, so I traded in basically for the same amount that I paid for it, for a voucher, and I got these. The first title is a Blu-ray. This is a British anthology film from 1945. This is a title being after for a long time, not being able to find it for a good price. This was in CX for £6, so I had to jump on it. And that is Dead of Night. And the main reason why I wanted to pick this up for a long time was I think a good 10 years ago, Channel 4 in the UK done a top 100 scary moments countdown, and the infamous story in this about a ventriloquist was one of the segments featured, and it basically made me want to see the full film. Um, it it's basically five ghost anthology, five ghost stories. Um, and basically the wraparound of it is an architect visiting a country house and found himself getting trapped in a recurring nightmare um, of being told tales of the occult by fellow guests. Uh, as far as special features, there's only a couple. There's a 75-minute documentary featurette called Remembering Dead of Night, a restoration comparison, and a stills gallery. But definitely looking forward to getting around to watching that. The other title, this is another one I've been wanting to get for a while. I've been tempted to get the HMV exclusive Blu-ray version from the premium collection, but I keep missing out when they do their 2 for £15 offer. It's currently on their 2 for 25, which is a little bit higher than I want to pay for it. But the DVD was just £3.50, so £3.50, something like that. But what is this from? 1954. It's the 1954 sci-fi B movie them. This is basically um, about a town that gets overrun by radiation mutated ants. Um, I've seen the special effects for it countless times in videos about horror movies and in books. I definitely wanted to, wanted to finally sit down and watch it. As far as special features, there's selected outtakes, still gallery, and a trailer, so it's pretty bare bones from Warner. So all that was everything I picked up on Saturday. And then Tuesday I was back away as I had a 3 day weekend due to it being bank holiday. So on my way into work on Tuesday afternoon, I stopped by HMV and picked up two titles from their 2 for £13 range. The first one is one that I've had on my Amazon wishlist uh, from 88 Films Slasher Classics Collection, and as the 1989 film Offerings. This it's basically another trope along the Friday the 13th lines with a um, bullied child come back to get revenge. It's your classic slasher movie, and I'm a sucker for 80s slashers. As far as special features go for this, it's a brand new 2K restoration from the original negative, uncompressed dual mono audio, trailer, optional subtitles, and audio commentary by the Slash 11 podcast. The hysteria continues, and as with all 88 Films titles, much the same way of the Arrow titles, yeah, the reversal artwork, which is basically just um, the cover, but without the 88 Films Slasher Collection banner and the rating symbol in the bottom corner. So I'm looking forward to watching that to see what I make of it. And the other title to make up the offer is another uh, Akira Kurosawa title. Of course, in my last video I showed off finally picking up Seven Samurai. This is um, another classic of Japanese cinema, but this is a more of a thriller. And is Rashomon. And what this basically is, it's from 1950. Um, it's basically about a woodcutter who witnesses a horrific series of events, but which involve an ambush, rape, and murder. Um, but it's basically trying to find out who's telling the truth from the four participants who give their own different views. Um, it's, it was given a Western remake, much like Seven Samurai, a Western remake as the Magnificent Seven. It was remade as a film called The Outrage, starring Paul Newman, and it's been credited as a key influence for Bryan Singer when he made The Usual Suspects. Um, as far as special features, the film's been newly restored in high definition. There's a brand new audio commentary by, excuse me, Kurosawa expert Stuart Galbraith IV. Um, a documentary by Galbraith that runs for 34 minutes called Rashomon at 65, which visits the key locations and has interviews with former staff from the Daiei Kyoto studios. A 6-minute featurette called John Borman on Rashomon. A trailer for the 2010 BFI theatrical reissue, and it comes with a booklet featuring a new essay by Galbraith. And this is a subtitled film, so it's in its original Japanese language with English subtitles, and it runs 88 minutes, so very short. But I'll probably do a double feature of this and Seven Samurai, possibly Saturday. Um, won't be Sunday, as I'm actually at WWE Live at the city's arena with my nephew and my cousin. So looking forward to that one. But that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Link to my eBay page will be down below. Um, I will do a little shout out here. If you're on Facebook and you want to chat, talk movies with other people, check out. I'll get it up on my phone. Um, uh, Big Paulie Chat Movies movie group set up by YouTuber Big Paulie. Um, uh, so yeah, definitely check that one out. I've just recently joined it. Um, Loads of people showing off movies. Big Paulie himself moderates the group. He updates with links to his channel, and people like link their own channels and whatnot. Um, as far as I go, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Updates every week, every couple of weeks, depending on what I've been picking up. There might actually be another update on Monday, depending if I make any pickups over the next couple of days. So if there is, look out for that. Until then, this being the Blue Geek Reviews, I've been the Blue Geek. Bye for now.